Ready na ba kayo after that break? Sige. I'm a good friend of Richie. Actually, barkada from college, and yung pinoint nga ni kanina, huwag yung kakalimutan yung makikilala niyo ngayon. Kasi whether magiging frenemies niyo siya in the future, pero alamin niyo sila. Kasi that's how the relationship builds. So anyway, I was tasked by Richie to talk about my international stint. I'll be focusing on that rather than moving on to what I'm doing right now, no? But basically, it's about brand management. I graduated in La Salle in 1999, and then right after that, I took a short break. And then the first job that I got, actually hindi siya first job, second job ko siya. Kasi ang first job ko ay associated kay Mr. Maglutak. Okay? After I graduated, medyo hindi ko pa feel ko anong gusto kong gawin. So I went out, I studied, and then prior to me getting out of the country, si Mr. Maglutak is one of our professors noon eh. So he was working, then I applied and I said, can I just, for 6 months work for the company you're working with before I left. So yun yung story niya, no? My slide, this is basically, I entitled my presentations Being the Know. So this is practically what I think you should know when you get out of college, and hopefully, makarelate kayo dito at makatulong to sa inyo. So una-una, I want to show saan ako nagpunta. Sana yung second job na sinasabi ko. Okay, it's Liwayway Holdings Company Limited. Kilala niyo ba to?
Oishi.
Pero hindi student ang nagsusumagot, so malamang hindi ko alam ko to. So, next please. So, actually, yung Liwayway, it's actually Oishi. So, you know Oishi?
Yes.
Oishi actually started in 1946 in Manila. It's a small family business. Ang ginagawa lang nila ay repacking ng flour and coffee. Then after, by 1974, they started to diversify and do snack foods. Okay, yan yung Oishi prawn cracker. By 1993, I think there's the first Filipino company that explored going to China. And in 1993, they first ventured to China and launched Oishi brand. So it's in Chinese. The version is Oishi Shanghaojia. And to date, they have 9 plants already across China. And then they even have expansion in Myanmar, Vietnam, and I lost count already. But when I was there, we had 6 plants across China. Okay, so that's how extensive the brand is. Hindi natin alam to kasi nasa Pilipinas tayo. Ang alam lang natin ng Oishi yung nakikita ninyo. But outside Philippines, I don't know who among you has traveled to China. Can you raise your hand? Anybody? Have you encountered Oishi?
Yes.
Malamang. Mamaya, darating tayo dyan. But ganun kalaki yung Oishi. Actually, outside of the Philippines, mas laki sila kesa dito talaga. So, yung first step na sa tingin ko na dapat alam niyo is know what to expect. Okay? You ask yourself, what are you looking for? As I mentioned a while ago, I graduated 94, then I was really kind of confused to where I want to be at that time. So I enrolled for a Chinese language in Beijing language, no? BSCU. Actually, classmate ko si Melissa doon. Magkasama kami. I studied Mandarin for almost half a year. I enjoyed it so much. Why? Because it's my first time to be very independent. Wala ako sa bahay namin. I live on my own. I live on actually, dorm. Kasama ko si Menon. So, buhay na nag-aaral ka pa rin pero meron kang allowance. So, yun yung gusto ko doon. But what's good about it is I found out that after that, my stint for 6 months is I really wanted to pursue my stay in China. So, I knew that I had to find a job, but I had to qualify already. Ano yung gusto ko? And first, my qualification was, I want to do marketing. Kung ano man ang marketing definition natin nung panahon na yun ang nasa isip ko, gagawa ako ng ads. Gagawa ako, mag-launch ako ng new product. Yun yung unang-una. Pangalawa, sabi ko, I want to stay in China. But, at that time, I was kind of afraid of, applying in China by myself, not knowing any background. Malay ko ba kung ano mapuntahan ko doon. So, I started scanning around the supermarket. And there, I found out that Oishi is actually a Filipino company. So, when I came back, I had that in my head already, that I will find a way to apply in this company. And I got it. Okay? So that's the first one. The second, bullet, know more about the company. Hindi porket fresh graduate kayo, susugod lang kayo. Kailangan alamin ninyo kung ano yung pinapasukan ninyo. It's not all about the name of the company, it's not all about the salary, but get to know more of it. So what did I found out? It's a family-owned business. So mula tatay hanggang anak, nagtatrabaho dun sa kumpanya. Okay? And bawat department, one of the son or the daughter will be assigned there. So the dynamics is different. Third, can we flash the third part? Know what is expected of you. Okay? I knew that when I entered DIY company that I will be assigned in China. Because during the interview, I told you that's my background, I know how to speak Mandarin, blah, 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 and I know the company through China, and instantly they told me, we will assign you in China, in head office in Shanghai. So I knew what I'm getting into. But at the same time, because the dynamics is different, it's a family-owned company, you know for a fact na may special role ka, at yun yung pagiging eyes and ears. Kasi, Pinoy, you came in, it's a Filipino company, dito ka hinire, dinala ka doon, wherein mostly the employees are really the local Chinese. Pero dinala ka doon, hindi lang to do your marketing job. Pero eyes and ears ka ng kumpanya. Kasi pareho kayo marunong mag-Tagalog, pareho kayo mag-Fukien, di ba? So yun yung mga aspeto na kailangan yung alamin. May mga underlying tones yan. Not for all company, but dun sa napasukan ko, ito yung isang requirement. So, at that stage, alam ko na kung ano yung pinupuntahan ko. For me, it made me realize that this marketing is beyond the advertising that I was expecting. It's actually looking at the overall business. I knew that I had to work because of my diploma. I'm under marketing because I'm drafted under marketing. I will do brand work. Pero, hindi lang yon nasa konsepto ng advertising or ng new product. I need to learn how the business operates. And when I say about learning operations is funny. When I get there, I knew each line in production. I had to know what's the capacity of this potato chip line. I know what's the capacity of a certain machine. And I know how long it should take to produce a certain product. So, kumbaga, para akong nag-engineering. Sabi ko nga nun, sana nag-engineering ako, no? Kaya ko pala. Okay? Hindi lang marketing na Oishi brand yung pinupush. Pero, I need to know from the start until the end ng production line, kailangan alam ko siya. Not to exaggerate, but even packaging, I should know it. I should know my composition of my packaging. It's a snack food. I should know that this is made of OPP, CPP. How is it? Natatawa si Richie kasi alam niya to. Yan ang pinagdaanan namin sa brand management. So kung iniisip ninyo na uupo kayo sa isang opisina at gagawa kayo ng brief all the time, hindi siya gano'n. But again, it all depends on the dynamics of the company. May mga ibang kumpanya hindi ganyan. If you go to a multinational company, iba rin yung hinihingi sa inyo. But generally, what I'm saying is, huwag niyong isarado yung mind niyo na dapat ang marketing nandito sa aspect na ito lang. You have to know the business. Okay? Next, please. Know the brand. As I've said, no, Oishi is a local brand, meaning the root is really here in the Philippines. So ano ba nung time na yon? Nung 2001, ano ba yung Oishi nung time na yon?
Sa Philippines, it's a long-standing brand. It's known for its variety offering, known for the piso pa. Hindi ko alam kung alam niyo abutan nito, pero before, yung snack food, hindi lang sa supermarket na nabibili niyo ng mga 10 pesos na ngayon, yung mga snack food 15. Meron tinatawag na piso-piso pa. It comes in a big bundle of 20s, 30s. Binibenta siya sa sari-sari store na tig-piso. Ngayon siguro hindi na piso yun, baka 5 pesos na ngayon. So kilala si Oishi noon sa Pilipinas na isang aggressive for the piso pa. And then, strong market presence in the downline market. When I talk about the downline market, that's practically your palengke, your sari-sari store. But in China, what is Oishi? Okay? In China, it's a market leader. It's seen as a local brand. It's given the Shanghai Famous Brand Award, strongization of good quality and taste. But whether you're here in the Philippines or in China, isa lang yung common sa kanila, which is the brand promise, the innovation, and the value for money. So yan yung consistent across. So next slide please. If you look at it, this is Oishi now in the Philippines. Remember, they were the first one to introduce Smarties. And then Gourmet Picks. Pods, P-Snack. Dati, hindi naman natin pinapansin yung mga P. Siya lang nag-introduce yan. P-flavored snack. Then they have cheese na yung wafu. Dati, di ba, chocolate lang yan. Sila yung naglabas ng savory. So, kung makikita mo, ito yung Pilipinas na new products na. When you go to China, it's the same aspect that they introduce, the innovation and value for money. They have the one in canister, they have the marshmallow glazed snack. So consistent yun across. Even if you scan through Vietnam, Myanmar, they will be very consistent in that promise for innovation. So, my takeaway here is what the brand stands for acts as your guide for future actions. Whether it's going to be innovation, it's going to be advertising, it anchors into something. You're a marketing student, and I'm pretty sure you've encountered yung mga brand equity, brand positioning. Yes. Take it with you ha, pag nag-brand ka. Kasi yan ang ulang, yan ang Bible ninyo. Yan ang Bible ng brand. Even when you go to your advertising agency, yan yung isi-share nyo sa advertising agency. So yan yung guide nyo. Okay. Next. Know your consumers. Believe it or not, when I was in China, mas alam ko pa yung mapa ng China kaysa sa mapa ng Pilipinas. I had to memorize all these cities around China because of what? Because the consumers are different. It's such a wide place. Mas malaki siya sa Pilipinas. Sobrang laki niya. It's a massive land. And just to share with you, on the north side, it's the seat of the government. That's where Beijing is. And top universities, you can find it there. Beijing University, Tsinghua University. People says na ang mga north people daw are more academic. Okay? When you go to the south, which is your Hong Kong, Shanghai, Guangzhou, you're near the coastal line. Okay? Imagine yung taas na yun lahat yan, lupa yan. Pag tumawid ka dyan, papunta ka ng Mongolia, Tibet, whatever, dyan sa side na yan. Dito, sa south, it's water. So this is where the business is centered. Yung influences niya is also malaki because it's near Hong Kong. And then, when you go to the west, it's agricultural. And definitely they love spicy food. So why am I sharing this to you? Kasi just to give you that insight of knowing your consumers, I asked your classmate or the organizer to put, do you know this one?
Yes.
Ang Pao. Yes, this is Hong Pao in Chinese. It's Ang Pao. It's your, meron kaming nilagay sa seat niyo on your armchair.
Ni Ampaw.
Sa armchair niyo sa yung desk, can you get 5?
That guy has.
5 Ang Pao.
Wow, ako pa wala.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is don't open it. Okay. Then, for those people who got Ang Pao, can you stand up, please? Anyway, for the guy in the maroon, how do you feel when you get an angpao? Happy. What's your expectation for the angpao? Money, right? Sa tingin mo, anong laman? Magkano ang laman yan?
Tipo.
1,000.
Ha? Grabe? 4,000 pesos? Okay. Sige. And you? What do you think about your angpao? What do you expect from your angpao? GC. Okay. So, why am I sharing this to you? By the way, for those people who had angpao, you have freebies. Get it from Sir Rich.
Wow!
So, I think alam naman yung angpao. Wala siyang pera, pero meron kayong mga freebies, ha? Thank you for the participation. Anyway, you can get your prices later naman. So, why am I sharing it with you? Yung angpao, can we go to the next slide, please? In China, yung angpao, tulad ng sinabi ninyo, may expectation ng pera sa loob. Pero sa Chinese culture, yung angpao na yan, it changes values, diba? So, ang mga Chinese, very conscious sila sa pagbibigay. Okay? Ayaw nilang napapahiya, sobrang liit, sobrang laki. So, what happened was, in our case, in China, we introduced the kuku bag. We call it kuku bag or kahongbao. Practically, it's actually your angpao, pero ang laman niya snack food. Bakit namin ito ginawa? Kasi yung mga tao nung time na yun, pag nagbibigay ka ng angpao, lalo na for kids, it might be too small amount or too big amount for a kid. So rather than giving them ang angpao with the value that you know, di ba? Iniisip nila kagad at 4,000, 1,000 to. So ginawa namin, bag siya. Ngayon, pag New Year, gagawin ng mga tao, bibili ng bag for children. Then the angpao will be for the older people. Okay? Yun yung knowing your consumers. So that's where it came from. Kung bakit kami naglabas ng ganyan produkto before. And recently in the Philippines, I think for the past years, inintroduce na rin itong Oishi bag in the market. So meron na rin siya. Yung susunod, wedding candy. Sa Chinese, pag nag-wedding, meron tinatawag na stuff na pinamimigay. So, ang Chinese in general, pagdating sa mga special occasion, kailangan maganda. So, that's what we did. We introduced a wedding candy pouch, bags actually. You can buy it in the retail store, tapos maraming candy sa loob. Pinamimigay nila yan pag once they got ready, they give it to their office. So, yun. So, next please. So, what I'm driving at here is, a good insight comes from understanding your consumers. You really need to know your consumers. Okay. Next. Know your competition. Hunt for new things. Sige lang. Take a bite, be a consumer. So, you have to try the product, not only the product you're selling, but also your competition. Okay? I just took out some of the products, the competitive products that we have. So, if you see Lays, they're known for being, because it's a multinational company, it's under PepsiCo. So, iba yung tackle nila in terms of product innovation. Talagang kakaiba sila, especially they venture on flavors. And then, we have Calbee. Calbee is a Japanese brand. And then, you see the innovation in terms of packaging and on the product per se. Next, please. And you even go beyond that. I'm showing you this kasi, sorry, ang bilis ko. Pero gusto ko pakita sa inyo, beyond snack food, like Fruit Loops is actually a brand from Kellogg's. It's a breakfast cereal. But look at how Oishi worked with that idea. They introduced their Oishi Fruity Loops in a value pack. Tapos, cereal din yung kanya. Pero they did more than that. They introduced the pillows, they introduced the sponge. To be honest with you, isang makina na lang lahat yan. So isang produkto rin yan, isang makina, isang base lang yan. But that's how they made use of information competition. You have to, sabi nga nila, hindi mo monopoly yung good idea or yung bright idea. So learn from your competition. Next please. Actually, that's it. Learn from your competition. And for my last slide, enjoy the journey. fresh grad or in your second, third job, maraming bago. Maraming pareho, marami ring bago. Pero at the end of the day, you have to enjoy each step. And hopefully, you'll stick around until the end of your career. Thank you!
Thank you very much. Now we have time for one question from the audience.
Yes.
Filipino company, it's actually in China. So what was your biggest challenge or any difficulties when you first went to China?
Although I can speak the language, but it's really, that's one of the hurdles. Kasi in understanding your consumer, you have to be able to communicate to them in their, native tongue. And although I know how to speak Mandarin, but when I got to Shanghai, it was a shocker kasi they speak Shanghainese pala. So parang, okay, my Mandarin wasn't really that 100% foolproof that would help me out. But interestingly, you just have to conquer that aspect of the language barrier. You have to put in your mind that you're there because you want to understand it, and you have to put extra effort to learn. So that's how you deal with it.
So you just learned Mandarin in the Philippines and it was enough for you to work in China?
Yes, actually, surprisingly, I think my high school, which is Shanghai, I don't know if you heard about it. I hate Chinese. I never thought that I would actually speak Chinese that well, but thankfully I went to a Chinese school. It helped a lot, and then you go on there. You don't have to be 100% fluent in the language. So, paminsan, no guts, no glory. Kailangan mong tapangan ng lobo at sabihin mo, nandito na ako, kailangan kong matuto. Sorry. So I was saying, you don't necessarily have to be 100% fluent in the language. Because when you get there, you just have to tell yourself that you have to learn. All the way, you have to learn. So as you do your job, you also learn. And the language is part of it. I'm surrounded by my office mates who are all Shanghainese, so I don't have a choice but to learn their dialect also.